Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Vormithrax. This is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, firing up a brand new challenge. Yay! I would like to try out the new basement layout Photolos, but I can't find it. I'll talk about that in a sec. So yeah, we're starting up a brand new challenge. This is going to be a little tough. I want to test out a few things, so we'll see how it goes. But we're playing the infected scenario, so we're starting out infected. That always forces some fairly heavy danger, because I have to scuttle from building to building, street to street, trying to find first aid, or not even first aid, disinfectant to get rid of the infection. Or not disinfectant, antibiotics. So that always puts a lot of pressure on the early game, so we may or may not survive. Even if we find it, we could die from the infection, which is a bit of a bummer, but we'll roll with it. So that'll keep me moving early game, keep things exciting, and we're not playing a high combat character this time around, so it's going to be a little interesting how we're going to manage to do it. But the idea behind the challenge, this is the Gamer Cave Challenge, and we're playing the Game Master Profession. So we are an RPG D&D style Game Master. We're trying to hold one last campaign before we succumb to the Cataclysm. So we need to go find some players. So we're going to go hunt some NPCs, try to recruit them, and then bring them back to our cave. If at any time I've got 4 NPCs in the Gamer Cave, then that will officially be the end point for this particular challenge. So we've got a few things going on. Character-wise, it's, like I said, the Game Master Profession, so they just start with speaking and survival of minimum amounts. I did give them a little bit of combat ability, but no special martial arts or martial training of any kind, none of that. So we've got a little bit of bashing, dodging, and melee. And some base stats, 9, 8, 10, 9, nothing super there. And I went with fairly mild traits as well. I didn't get too exotic. I did pick night vision with my 9 perception. It's one of my preferred setups, so that gives me 5 night vision range, along with the movement bonuses, fleet-footed and quick. Other than that, we're a fast reader, so nothing too exciting there. We're lightweight, poor hearing, far-sighted, nearsighted as well, which it didn't show here. But we have to have the bifocals, so we're both near and far-sighted, heavy sleeper, and poor healer. Poor healer, just because I like the lower healing rates to make damage more difficult to get rid of, and you have to be more considerate about when you're willing to take fights. So, we'll see. Well, it's not so much going to be the 1.0 NPC spawn. So I do have for the settings the spawn rate for NPCs set at 1.0. That's 10 times normal. It's actually not that high. I mean, I see a lot of people set it at like 10.0. I want some, but I'm going to have to do some traveling probably to find them. Or hang out near a semi-cleared area for them to show up. And then when they do show up, probably 75% of the time they're just flat out hostile and aren't going to join me anyway. So the 1.0 is kind of deceptive. Yeah, it gets you random NPCs, but it's not guaranteed to get you NPCs willing to talk to you. So A, they have to show up, B, they have to not be hostile, and C, they have to survive long enough for me to get to them and stay alive even after that so I can finish the quest and get back to them. So actually getting them recruited is fairly difficult. I'm willing to give this one a try. I don't usually meddle with NPCs too much because I'd read that there are some changes that have been made to NPC behavior and their running away ability and things like that. So I wanted to check it out, see how things look in that regard. I have updated to the most recent experimental version. So as of about half an hour, 45 minutes ago, I did the final update. And speaking of that, the latest update mentions a new basement type, a gamer basement type, but I can't find it. I did a bunch of map testing I've been having problems with the map gen. The size and spacing just is all sorts of broken, and I can't get maps to spawn the way they should, logically, based on the numbers that you're using there. And so I've been playing around with it, and combination with testing that, as well as trying to find one of these gamer basements, I couldn't do it. I probably checked 50 basements and saw the same basements over and over and over and over again, and never once saw this new gamer basement. So I don't know if it's broken, not in game, extremely super duper rare, or what. We're probably not going to find one. So if at the time I need to actually settle down, I haven't found one yet, I'll probably just make do with either an autodock basement or a a recreation basement. So the recreation basement is the one with the pool table. The auto dock obviously has the auto dock in it, but it's also got bookshelves and it's got a pinball machine, and it seems like a pretty cool little gamer basement to go along with it. So it's got the bathroom, the kitchen area. So I think the auto dock basement, it would be my preference. So it's either going to be gamer basement, if by some miracle one generates this 4th or 5th time I've created a map and gone to check for one. If I can't find that, then we're going to try to find an auto dock basement will be my fallback. I want something fairly hard to get to, so we have to do some moving and some checking. I don't want to just settle for the random or common as dirt recreation basement if I don't have to, but we'll kind of play it by ear and see what happens. But first, most pressing issue, as always, is going to be the infection, so that's going to drive all the gameplay for the first couple of days, and we'll see if we survive that. If we survive that, then we can settle into trying to finish the rest of the challenge. So, infection first, find someplace safe-ish to hole up and do some leveling, and then go out and start trying to recruit some NPCs. As always, the initial starting NPC is going to die a horrible death. There's absolutely no way I can keep that guy alive in the world settings that I use, so don't hold your hopes up that I'm going to try to keep that guy alive. Alright. So, yeah, I took... The speaking skill came with, and didn't actually check the traits here. Bookworm, learner, reader, fast-footed. I think it's dropping a couple of the traits. No, I changed things up once or twice, trying to get something I thought would be survivable and useful. But, there you go. So, far-sighted and nearsighted combo. So, we're going to be wearing the bifocals. Still not sure why this screen doesn't show all the traits, but whatever. Alright, so that's going to be our start. Other thing to talk about is I haven't updated in a couple of weeks, so I've so far avoided the whole interface change, the sidebar change controversy. I did a little bit of testing with it, and I think I've got it into a condition that I can enjoy playing it in, so I'll show it to you when we get in-game. What settings I'm using, and for other people that may be new to it, how you can modify it and all that. But yeah, there's going to be a whole passel of changes. So they've been really loading in a lot of changes since I last updated. The last challenge took me a couple of weeks to finish out, so we've had a boatload of updates since then. So there's new locations on the map. I've seen some kind of an above-ground laboratory facility, a really big thing, so might be interested in checking that out. And we'll kind of go from there, but just be advised, a lot of changes. So some of the stuff I won't be knowledgeable of, and I will probably be puzzling about some of the sidebar interface changes as I try to find info and it's not there. So far everything seems to be okay, but let's go ahead and jump in. We'll see how things go. So we're going to be Ricky Culver, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and hit start here. So yes, I am sure. Alright, well that's good news. At least we started out inside the building and no windows or anything open, so it's looking good so far. Let's check our map, very first thing. That's a decent sized city, and we've even got a bunker nearby and a campsite off to the east there. We got some swamp and forest. This road probably curves back out that way. We're in a fairly dense housing area. I like having the small wooded trails nearby for access to fresh water and the trees. Set up a charcoal kiln in there, and it pretty much lasts you through your entire playthrough if you desired that. And a park right next to it, so cemetery, more houses, bank not too far, railroad crammed right in the middle of town. Not sure how those trains get moving anywhere. Public ponds and a pavilion smashed up against each other. Alright. What is with all the garages being doubles now? Where's the best place to find a toolbox? Randomly. Off zombies. Kill zombies. Get toolbox. If you're trying to loot one, it's way up in the air. It's a pretty generic item that can drop just in small percentage chances. Lots of different places. I'm not even sure garages would be a good choice for things like a toolbox. The only one I can think of that might have it would be a junkyard. No, the junkyard actually was welding rigs and engine cranes I was seeing reliably in junkyards. But toolboxes, it's just kill zombies. They'll drop, so... Nah, I have never had any luck getting tools out of hardware shops. Hardware shops are probably one of the biggest disappointments for me. I always tended to visit them, and I never got anything decent out of them. Now, do realize I play on half item drop rates, so my experience, and I've been playing it that way for quite a while, so my experience is pretty different from other people's in where to find some of that kind of stuff and the likelihoods. So, does depend a bit on your game world settings. Alright, so nothing too interesting directly nearby. We've got a decent sized housing area that we can kind of scuttle around in, trying to find gear. No real commercial buildings nearby. The animal shelter might have some medicine I can use, so I might try to get up to that during the daytime, but or during the nighttime, I mean. But it is broad daylight, 8 o'clock, so we got the daytime start. As soon as I step outside, it's going to be run away, run away, run away, the usual. So we'll see how long we can be in this building before stuff starts breaking through the windows. So I mentioned the interface. So this is the classic version of the new interface. And where is the... So under key bindings, wonder where they put the... It's the closed version of that. What is that thing called? I don't even know. I don't know what version of parentheses that's even named. I don't know what to call that. Is that the soft parentheses? Is it even on this list? Probably at the bottom. I'm not even sure it's on this list. There it is. Toggle panel admin. That key right there, whatever that's called. I forget what it's called. So, when you hit that, it brings up this menu. And the main thing is over here, Classic and Compact. So if you arrow over here, you can pick between Classic, Compact, and Labels. Labels is the default. And I'm having some issues with the Labels version. So if I switch over to Labels, you can see kind of what it does. And my issues are... things like this section, needs. I could care less about all of this except for pain. I need a pain indicator, but I don't much care about the rest. I mean, the rest will make itself known as I need to, and I don't really need to be seeing it constantly. But I have to have this whole section in here if I want to see my pain. Where was another one? I think the location one, I had the same problem. All I want is the time. I could care less what day it is. I could care less. These are obvious that I'm in a house and it's sunny and it's dark. So I don't really want to know all that. I just want a time indicator, but I can't get a time indicator by itself. I got to get this whole section in. And because of that, in order for me to see certain little pieces of info, I got to have all this extra stuff, and it makes it so my mini-map's really tiny down here in the corner. I haven't quite found a way of organizing that to show me the information I particularly find needful or useful, without getting a lot of crap I just don't really want. So I've decided to switch back to Classic, and the only thing I really changed, I can't remember if I moved anything on this, but I turned off the compass. The compass, it's useful. I know what it does. I know how it works. I never use it. I never ever look at it. I never care what the compass says. I use other ways of seeing what's around me and knowing what's around me. I can't once thinking back think to myself, oh, it was nice that I looked at that compass to figure that out. So I turned the compass off. And all that does really, whoops, tab. So you can see right here, all it's doing is taking that one little section out, and it's making a lot more room for my mini-map. So the log, unfortunately, doesn't go away. I think that's being worked on. So I've gone with Classic without the compass, essentially, is all I'm saying. And you can't really tell while I'm in this house, but this mini-map is actually really nice and big. And I find myself using the mini-map one hell of a lot more than I care about that compass. So having a good screen size for the mini-map is more important to my particular playstyle. So everybody's style varies and how you use the information varies, so do whatever you'd like. I do like that it's modular and you can change things, and I think eventually with some getting some of the rough edges worked out and some of the issues that are currently up fixed will make it a pretty worthwhile change to going to this process. Now, one other thing is the character is centered in the entire screen. He's not centered in the view area. So usually I also bump the view screen over a few notches using the move view hotkeys. That's capital HJKL, just so it doesn't drive me nuts having him be off center. And I haven't tried driving with this new setup. I've seen reports where your vehicle is actually behind the interface here when you try to drive. So if that happens, I'll figure something out. I may shift the view again or whatever. I think that's another thing that's being worked on. So there we go. A lot of chatter. That's basically what we're about at. And I haven't talked to him yet. Here's the map again. No beehive close that I'm aware of. We've got a bunker and we've got a campsite. Other than that, we've got a big town. It's pretty good positioning though. I like being right on the edge of town in a decent sized residential area with a retreat path. If I can make it over to here, for example, I can retreat down into the swamps and forests to break contact with chasing zombies. Then I can curl my way back up to the campsite, for example, to grab the brazier and sleeping bag or a couple of food items, things like that. So we'll see. But it's good map, good setup. City's a decent size. I'm happy in general. It's an okay map. All right, so we got the NPC next to us. Does not look like a mutant NPC. Let's go ahead and chat with Priscilla first. Not likely I'm going to be able to do much with Priscilla. She's going to die a horrible death as I start running from house to house. What should we do, Priscilla? Get a car up and running. Yeah, I'd love to. It's always a high priority of mine. Thanks for the idea. Any tips? Squirrels are pretty yummy. If you shoot them with a high-powered gun, you'll probably be left with no meat. Use a BB gun or maybe a .22 rifle. Good info, again. Well, can't remember if I've ever gone squirrel hunting, but fine. Let's see. Can I do anything for you? Another job? Sure. She wants the flag. Well, we're going to be running from house to house. There's a pretty good chance we'll run across that particular house that has the flag and the quiver, so we'll say yes. Not a problem. And yeah, let's see if she'll give me something. Yeah, lighter. Lighter's good. Thank you very much. Alright, we're done talking to Priscilla. So, number one problem, torso infection. Must get antibiotics. Nothing else will fix that I'm likely to find anyway. So antibiotics is the only thing. Not a first aid kit, not disinfectant, just antibiotics. And the sooner we get them in our system, the less time it'll take to shake it off. So hopefully we run across it really quickly. We're basically just going to be running from house to house to house to house. We're going to hope there's an ambulance or two on these streets nearby, and that we satisfy our antibiotics requirement. What else is different about that screen over there? So my log feels about the same, but notice when I turn off the mini-map, the log doesn't extend down. I think that's one of the things that's going to be changed, is that if you turn off the mini-map, I believe it's going to extend the log. I can see there'd be some issues with that if you, for example, moved your log to a different position. So I don't know how that's going to be worked out, but it would be nice if I turned off the mini-map and my log extended down to the bottom. But I know where the Shift P key is, so capital P is not that hard to get to if I really, really need to see information there. I'm not sure what else is missing. I'm sure I'm going to find something that's not on this list as I do things, but we'll work it out. Alright, let's say hi to a few folks before we kick things off here. Too much chatting. I can't keep up. Can't do my long intro dialogues and respond to all this stuff. Hey there, Dragon, Fuddle Lost, McCreeperman, Maxius. Welcome everybody. Crypto Sill. Who else snuck in? You guys are all yakking away at each other. Hey there, Karacher. Drew Cat, welcome. Well, she's not in a basement, so no, she's not safe here. And she's not going to follow me, so I can't move her. So, like I said, there's nothing I can do to keep this person alive, realistically. If either one of us gets detected by zombies that decide to come in the house, nothing I can do about it. And as soon as they start breaking windows, making noise, other zombies will show up. And it's a double zombie spawn, as I usually do, so chances of this person surviving are pretty small. The chances are actually better if I immediately sprint my way out of the reality bubble, get the reality bubble away from the NPC, then come back for her later. That's actually her best chance of survival, is if I lure all the zombies away by running out the front door and sprinting several blocks away so the reality bubble is nowhere near her. Then she'll stay alive, but if I stay in the area, yeah, she's not going to survive. There's quite a few fun things in the game now. They've got, I've seen, there's now a board game store where you can go buy knockoffs of Settlers of Catan and Warhammer and some other games. So I'm thinking of those kinds of things I'm going to try to get to put into the Gamer Cave. I can get to one of those stores. And of course, we got to hunt down the Dungeon Master's Guide book. So there's a number of things I'm going to try to bling out the Gamer Cave with. It's one reason I think the Autodoc basement would be a good one, because it's got a pinball machine and bookshelves for the gamer, for the games and all that kind of stuff. So, size of them reality bubbles, it's about 3 spaces on the overworld map. So if you're 3 spaces away, you're about out of the reality bubble. So all I got to do is basically kind of get down to this intersection and she'll be safe. And I'm going to work my way, and we'll kind of see. It really depends on what shows up and how I work my way around. But with movement bonuses and such, I can usually keep myself alive indefinitely by just hopping from house to house. As long as I keep moving in a consistent direction. It's when I have to backtrack through the crowd of zombies that are chasing me that I run into problems. So we'll see. It's going to depend a bit on circumstances. But what do we got in this first room? Oh, actually, let's look at our gear. So here's our gear. We got a lighter from her. Oh, we already have the Dungeon Master's Guide. Well, there you go. And I got to keep this with me. So I can't give up my beloved Dungeon Master's Guide. We've got a messenger bag, so that gets us a decent amount of volume to pick up some early items. I'm not sure I care about the dark soda. I might dump the soda. Keep the pizza. What the hell? 4 over 2? How can you have 4 over 2? How is this number bigger than this number? I'm going to need to do some adjusting on the cheese pizza cardboard box. Alright, well, if that cardboard box is holding 4 pizzas out of a maximum of 2, I guess we'll leave it that way for now. So, we're keeping the lighter, only 12 charges, but that's enough for early parts of what we're doing. We should find some other light sources pretty quick. I'm going to drop the cola. We'll find plenty of that kind of stuff. We got to keep the Dungeon Master's Guide. Otherwise, it's just bare basic gear there. For anybody that didn't see the very beginning, there's a character sheet. So basically, we're a game master. We're just a RPG game master. I didn't take anything way out of whack. Probably the most exotic thing I took was night vision. It's kind of interesting to be nearsighted, farsighted, and have night vision, but we're going with it. Other than that, it's mostly book learning type stuff. Bookworm, fast learner, fast reader, and then fleet foot and quick. That's it. So we're just a skinny little nerd running around town trying to stay alive. Yeah. But the infection is going to rule our life as long as we have it, so... What do we have here? Boxing monthly. I can't remember how far that takes. I also have to get used to this being over here now. Another thing that weirds a lot of people out. I don't mind it so much. Where it used to appear what, right here, I think. So I'm fine with it. So we talked to the NPC. We've gotten our item. Nothing's come crashing through the window yet. Grab the pineapple's good stuff. Ooh, cream soda, lemonade. Yeah, I'll take the lemonade. I'll choose lemonade over that other one. Ooh, now. Oh, hey, that's new. Start a fire option so you don't accidentally burn down the wrong thing. It's interesting. I assume that's what that's for, to lessen these circumstances where people are burning their little bases down or such. Take the frying pan for now. I'm going to leave the marbles. We're already at, we're almost at max. One volume left. Mostly because of that frying pan. Is it going to prevent me from accidentally lighting my my stockpile on fire that contains all of my grenades and explosives and instantly kills me? Is it going to fix that problem? Because after 2,000 or 3,000 hours of Cataclysm and manually starting fires, I don't know if I'm going to get used to this. My fingers just... I don't know. I got wired-in muscle memory by this point. Alright. Yeah, I noticed. I know they fixed water heaters, so you can now actually retrieve the water inside them. Alright, well nothing's come at me yet, so that's good. We're just going to try to quietly explore the house here. I think that's front door north of me, so we want to go this way. Pants and a polo shirt. Light gloves. Ooh, laundry basket. Ooh, laundry basket. There's some storage space, as long as I don't want to fight, which I don't want to fight, so... Wield it. Wait a minute, I can wear it? Where does it go if I wear it? Laundry basket. Oh, I think it does the exact same thing. Oh no, actually. So that does 50 and 52 for my arms and hands. What is the difference here? If I wield it, I don't have to take the encumbrance penalties. I just can't put a weapon in my hand. I want it. I want it. So... Oh, it doesn't give us the volume when we wield it. That's why. Alright. So if I want the volume, I gotta wear it. I'm fine with that. I don't plan on fighting anything anyway. Fighting is death for this kind of a character in the middle of a daylight 2.0 city, so... Bleach and saline. Couldn't give me disinfectant, could you? Pants, wool socks. Man, it's convenient. All these windows are closed. There's a basement in this house. That'd be the awesomeness. And I'm short. Internal combustion fundamentals. Definitely take that one. I am having a hard time getting my eyes used to looking to the left for item descriptions instead of to the right. Bleach I'm not going to use likely, but I want it for... Let's see, what's my carry weight capacity? 26 out of 90. I want it for just the liquid storage for the early part of the game. Let's just unload it. I'm definitely not going to use it. Does the weight change? Yeah, the weight changes when you unload it. So right now it is almost 10 pounds. Oops. Unload. Unload the bleach. Pour on the ground. Yeah, right in that corner. It's fine. Now the gallon jug weighs 0.42 pounds. Much better. And let's go ahead and... Can't examine the toilet? I know the water's frozen. Guess it won't examine because it's frozen. That's fine. Oh, a fedora. Let's wear a fedora. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so I've got no tools. Start smacking on things. That's going to make noise. It's going to be the front door. When we go out, we're gonna go east. Nah, we're not doing the Indiana Jones run. I've done that one already. We're at 11 out of 31. Carry capacity is not a problem as long as I don't fight and or if I drop the laundry basket before I do. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to leave this building quietly in place? Probably be better if I did. That way the NPC has a chance of living. So I'm not going to bang around in here. So, we're going to go peek out this window. What do we see? Nothing in sight in any direction, which is good. Window right across the way. Yeah, I think this is probably my best chance. Alright, can we make it across without anything? Ah, they're going to see me! Can't see me yet. 24, bright and sunny with no snow. They're definitely going to spot me as I try to transition over here. I need to go in the window and I need to make noise. Oh no, there's a pile of them over there. Shady zombies won't be able to see me. It'll just be the other two. Yeah, make the noise. Grab the string while we're here. And here they come. I got the window open just in time. It's one of those duplexes. I'm just going to go out the back window here. Transition over. Duplexes suck because they don't have bathrooms that have any value. Never anything in them. Again, I'm a little nervous about stepping up into the kitchen area. That would be why. Alright, so he's going to spot me and come at me. Nothing there again. Get out of here yet again. So, this place is done. Nice and empty back here. Oh, there we got a basement right there. It's that house right there. Routine powder, not what I'm looking for. Fitted winter gloves. Not gonna need those. Can't stand the encumbrance. Let's say no to that one because I don't want to step out into the sunlight. Gotta check bathrooms. Hair trimmer, we'll just take the batteries. Worth going up to the closet? Nope. It's not worth checking the closet when I'm going to draw attention. So far, we've been able to very quietly go through several houses. Well, hey there, Mr. Skeleton. Let's drag the skeleton with us. Come on this way, Mr. Skeleton. Basement. And zombie dog. Alright, now it's going to get a little more entertaining. There you go. Come away from the basement. Let's go this way. I'm trying to drag them in the corner so I can get up to the basement and into it quickly. Spider basement. Had to be a spider basement. Well, we'll note that on the map. And it is Black Widows. That's the good one. I like the Black Widow basement. Alright, pretty easy food source and a possible rare item. Ooh, that's not good. That's a bit of a crowd. I want that peanut butter sandwich, though. Nah, I have never been in danger by going down into a basement of any of these types. There's nothing that will ever kill you just by going first into a basement. There's always that little entry area that you're safe in. You can get some webs on you like I just did, but beyond that, I almost never peek these kinds of basements. Yuck. Is there gonna be... I'd love to kill a fireman for the gear, but the chances I'll be able to do it are pretty small. And I don't know that there's gonna be a window in that little tiny bathroom down there. Spider basements are awesome. Great source of food, as long as you know how to deal with them. Go view my spider basement video on my YouTube channel. I forget if it was a university or a quick dip video, but as long as you know how to deal with them, they're an awesome food source, and they have a chance of the rarest loot drops. You can find power armor, you can find fusion rifles. Not always, not guaranteed, but it's got a decent chance of having one piece of the rare loot drop. So you do have to run around, kill everything, and then break all the webs, because the webs will hide things on the ground. So, but if you find something like a piece of power armor, you're done. You can leave at that point. But if you find a spider basement that's got giant cellar spiders and it's early game, just slam the door, scream like a girl, and run. Don't go near that. You'll get yourself killed pretty bad. Alright, we got the aspirin out of there. Yuck. No windows on the east wall. Ideally, I need to get back out this way and cross over here. I don't want to go out the front. There's just a bad number of zombies out there. And they break the door right as I get to it. Alright, let's lure them around this side. While I get out of the doorway. I'm gonna get hit at least once. Oof, managed to make it around. I'm gonna get my peanut butter sandwich. Come here, peanut butter sandwich! And now we are gonna sprint for the back door. Alright, still moving. Now we've got to go... Well, there is a house right here. Let's see if we can get to it. Ooh, smoker in that house. I'm going to avoid that one. This is an unfinished house. It does have a basement we're going to check on real fast. Whoa, what was that? Was that a tank? 2 liter? 2 liter tank. Alright, I'm not going to try to carry a 2 liter tank around right now. What do we got? Ah, useless. Yeah. Yeah, it's empty at least. Well, we're not having much luck for some of the better gear. I'm going to have to make a decision here. Do I hop across and try to hit these houses? If it goes south, it's going to be really hard for me to transition back to the north. A lot of open areas I'm going to attract attention from. I think I'm going to try to get to that house, and then I'm going to try to... I may even go back to this house, and then try to transition up to here and get this little section. As always, with the infection, I can't stop. I gotta keep moving and check as many basements or as many bathrooms and as many ambulances as I can find quickly as possible. Buses. Only gotten a few brief glimpses out on the street there, but not seen any ambulances so far. So let's go out this way. Most important thing, as always, early game, and for newer players, watch that stamina bar and your walk-run status. That is life. All you have to do is be 2 spaces away from 99% of the zombies, and you won't take any damage. That's why I don't care if these guys hang out just a couple spaces back behind me. I refuse to set to a run mode while I do this stuff. Only use run mode when you have to. Now I'm thinking, let's go... I'm getting back into reality bubble range of Priscilla over there, so... Let's go out this way. I think this corridor here is clear. Let's peek. I don't care about a crawler. Peek again. Whoa! That's not good news. Alright, that's bad. That is very bad. Cellar spiders? Cellar spiders are super fast. I mean, stupid fast with stupid high dodge. They'll just tear you up. And in the past, they've had some odd conflicts with certain martial arts styles, where you would get infinite death loops and things like that. So, cellar spiders are the worst of the spiders. I'd rather take any of the other spider types than the giant cellar spiders. So, well, I peeked, so those guys, no, I think they can see me. Yep, they can see me. So they're going to be coming this way, unfortunately. So I have to decide. Do I burst run some stamina, try to get to that basement right there and run through that house? They're going to come at me as I come across. If I sprint, I can probably make it. That's going to burn most of my stamina before I get to that house. All of the spider basements are trivial if you know how to handle them. You just got to be geared up well enough. Generally just layer on 2 or 3 layers of clothing, because it doesn't matter how many times you have to swing to hit them if they can never do damage to you. So as long as you've got 10 or so, 10 to 12 points of protection on your main body parts, you'll stroll in like the Michelin Man all bundled up, but they won't be able to hit you. So if it takes you 10 swings to land a blow, who cares? You'll be terrible encumbrance, but it's irrelevant. So it'll just take you a little longer to clear the place. So there are ways to deal with it, and times that you can feel comfortable doing it. I've managed to not hit sprint yet. Dog's coming, he's coming. I'm gonna get blasted through that window before I can check the bank if I do it, or before I check the basement if I keep doing this. I'm actually debating coming back into the corridor here. Pull these guys towards me while I come into the house, go out the back, and then circle around, kind of do a loop. They'll come this way, and then I'll loop around them and then back up again. That'll sometimes work. Just wish I wasn't quite so close to that NPC. What's going to happen is I'm going to get up near that window. They're going to get close enough to hit me on the diagonal. The diagonal's always deceptive, and I always end up getting tagged by their shock blasts on the diagonal. Yeah, let's give that a try. Let's try that strat. Come and get me, guys. Chase me right into this building, please. I want them to be out of the line of sight before I transition over, if I can. I'm gonna wait until I see something come on behind me. My stamina's maxed. I retched, but my stomach is empty. Whoops! Hey there, dude. Wasn't expecting you to show up that direction. Alright, now we're gonna run. That's not cool. Why the hell are you just standing there? They're supposed to have chased that guy. Or chased me this direction. Yeah, I've got nausea because of the infection. It's a secondary effect of the infection. And it's going to get worse as time goes by. Come on, shock zombie up there. Start chasing me. I want you in this corridor while I go around the outside of the building. Alright, now we're going to have a bunch of stuff chasing me. Oh, no! That I didn't want. Smoker zombie decides now is a good time to show up and mess with me. That's not a good thing. I don't think I'm going to make the corner before he gets around there. This is going to be a long way around. Back to walk mode. Basement in this house. Come on, smoke cloud. Go away. Oh, spitter in there. Damn it. Everywhere I want to go, I've got a nasty zombie waiting for me. Change the view center on me? Yeah, it looks like it did. There you go. Easy to fix. I can't go in there against that spitter zombie with this guy, so... We'll note that there's a basement. Unchecked. Now we're... Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a bit much. Again, no window on this wall. Question is really just, can I make that corner before they get to it? Stamina's almost full. I don't want to run that direction, though. And it's all standard zombies. None of them are particularly dangerous. I wouldn't have any problem avoiding... Everything you see on the screen here is not dangerous to me. I'm just trying to gauge the angles, gauge the distances. That just takes practice and experience. So I'm trying to decide in my head if I can make this corner and hope there's nothing nasty sitting right here in the shadow of the building before these guys can close the gap. Once I make the corner and I start moving out this way, I'll be pretty safe from the horde. Other option would be... same problem if I go this way. I wouldn't be able to make this corner here without these two groups closing in on me. My only choice is either hug the wall, go north, or backtrack back down that direction, which I really don't want to do. Because that's going to lead me to nowhere unless I then hoof it way up this direction. Behind me I've got a smoke zombie, and I've got a spitter zombie. I don't want to deal with either one of those. And then we got shockers and shocker brutes out that direction. Chance it or not. I'm gonna chance it. How close am I gonna get to that corner before they close the gap? They're getting pretty close. Alright, we're gonna go to run mode now. Please be nothing scary. Alright, nothing scary immediately next to me, so we made the gap. Now I gotta decide, do I go back in this place? I'm not strong enough to move those bookshelves, and I can't force the door open, so I'd have to go to that window, then break in and go check the basement, with the horde coming in behind me. Shocker or Shocker Brute still in sight? No. I think safe play is to leave this house across the street. Back to walk mode. Conserve that stamina. Hey there, vehicle. Gas, battery, wheels. Controls but no dashboard. Controls but no dashboard. Faulty engine, air filter. Will it run with controls but no dashboard? You guys and your start your fires. I'm gonna have to start up a timeout channel. Everybody that tells me to start a fire. The grabber zombie is likely to yank me back out of the vehicle. And I've got a horde, big old horde coming right at me. So I think I would have a bit of a problem here. Just because of that grabber. If I circle around this way, he's going to come right into the back trunk area. He'll be in the vehicle. If I go up around here, he's going to yank me out and back before I can get driving. Getting a working vehicle immediately is super powerful, though, so I'm really tempted to give it a try. Got plenty of battery and plenty of gas. Everything else is going to not prevent it from running, so, I mean, we've got wheels. The only thing with the engine is the air filter, which isn't going to affect its operation, just its efficiency. Alternator's pretty bad, so we might not be able to recharge that battery off of that red alternator. But that'd still get us driving for a little while. I'm tempted. Well, he can break through the glass pretty quickly. Plus, like I said, he may step into the trunk area and come at me that direction. Now, let's see what the arrangement looks like as I get up here. I don't think he's going to be able to go into the trunk now. But once I get in the car, my options narrow down pretty dramatically. Because it's going to take a lot of movement points to get settled into the car and try to get it started and moving. Commit to this or not? Getting the vehicle doesn't really save me, because I still got to fix the infection. And the car would help me for maneuvering and identifying ambulances, but I'd still have to get out, get into the ambulance, then get back into the car, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you are correct, Venator. This is one of those hard calls, because it's potentially all or nothing deal. It either works or I die. It's a chance I'd still be able to get out, because, I mean, the danger is coming from the horde, so if it didn't work, I could bail out the back. I'd have to break the grab. 7 strength, 6 dex, he's going to be a bit of a problem, but as soon as some other things stack up on me, it's going to get ugly real quick. Ta-da! Alright, well, we have a vehicle. We're out of the reality bubble range. Note, NPC wants flag. Alright, and I can drive just fine so far. It's not relocating the screen off into the... Well, I'm driving the other direction at the moment, but it hasn't relocated the screen or anything. So that's good. Now I have to decide where we're going to drive. Hey, look, an ambulance. That's funny. I get into a vehicle, damn near first thing I see is an ambulance. Hey there, Mr. Ambulance, who could have the salvation of the character. If I go right through the middle of those two vehicles, I'm going to yank a wing mirror off, one or the other. Unfortunately, the ambulance is facing the wrong way. There's an inconveniently located dog. Oh, a herd of dogs. Yeah, that's going to be bad. Dog walking pen. That's a lot of dogs. Need any Kevlar? There's your Kevlar. That is a lot of Kevlar right there. Probably at least half to 3/4 of those will have Kevlar harnesses, which are 17 Kevlar each. So there's your full suit of survivor gear right there, just in K9s. Those things move too fast. That's a bit of a problem, because I was hoping to stop, check the ambulance real quick and get moving again, but not with that kind of group. I also didn't get a look inside the ambulance. I'm debating cutting the corner here just so I can get a look in the back and see if there's anything in the baskets. Slow down a bit. Can I cut this corner? How many dogs am I gonna... Oh, all 3 baskets have got stuff. Note, ambulance. 3 baskets of stuffs. That was interesting. Man, I want to stop and check that. A really good chance that'll have what I need. Well, I could just plan to junk the car and just keep running dogs over. But I'm going to have the horde coming from the west as well. It's going to be hard to pull these guys out of here en masse. Let's do a little bit of a loop-de-loop. Let's just keep going while we've got things drivable. Take care of a few basics. Let's run out to that campsite real quick. Right after I pull a bunch of stuff towards me. Skeletal Juggernaut. Oh, I guess that's what I'm missing. I'm missing the list of things nearby. I bet you that's the other thing the compass accomplishes. Let's take a look. Hey, compass, turn back on. No, that doesn't show me the list either. Huh. Is that list just no longer available? I'm used to seeing the shortened list of things nearby there. Goodbye, compass. New UI has the list? You mean new UI that hasn't been released yet? Because I'm playing the absolute most recent version possible. Unless something's released in the last 2 hours. Maybe the compact version has it, and the classic version doesn't. Alright, let's get moving again. Let's go check the campsite. Leave me alone, little doggies. Just want to grab the brazier and whatever else is sitting here. What is it doing? Ooh, batteries, I think, going up very slightly. Plus 238. Alright, we should be fine. Stop driving. Drop the books. Oops. Jug, food. Pitching a tent. What an appropriate book. Take it down. 0.5 liters. Nope. That one could drive if I threw some gas into it. I'm pretty harsh on motorbikes, though. I don't think there's anything else here, so let's take off. Alright, so I see a little road section that appeared right there. Ideally, though, possible I want to swing back towards that ambulance, see if there's any way I can get to it. Even if it means parking way out in the middle of nowhere and then walking back in and trying to move from house to house to get back to it.